evening, everyone. We apologize for the network delay. We had a bit of network issues, and we sincerely apologize. And we'll be starting very shortly. And thank you so much to everyone that stayed. Thank you so much. Once again, you're welcome to Mastering Targeted Marketing, Niche Mastery 2.0. And of course, the first edition of Mastering Targeted Marketing started last year, which was November. We had two guests. We had Papa Timuche and we had Light of Bizlit, which was indeed an amazing experience. It was a knowledge sort out event. And of course, this is the second edition, and our guest is also with us here. And of course, before I bring on our guest, I'd just like to give a brief introduction of the topic and what you stand to learn in today's session. Of course, like I said, the topic for today is Mastering Targeted Marketing, Niche Mastery. And I will start by giving my own insight on what I feel about the perspective topic. And I think yesterday we sent, it was this morning rather, we sent a poll questions on what we want people, because a lot of people have different mindsets and perspectives towards the topic in particular. And we tailored down 3 questions which we asked people, okay, which of these questions is what fits what you want to get today? And I think the first question was finding your target audience, navigating what works per season, and tailoring our market to a specific audience. And I saw comments from people saying how to make money. And I also tailored that into the whole conversation because I understand that currently, the current situation of the country, people don't really want to wait for long processes. People don't want to wait for the whole long thing. They just want, I want to make money. I want to start making money now. That's what I want to hear. And I'm sure that I have so many people also on this live that they are all particular about the money part. Some are joining this live because I want to know the way out. Because considering the current situation of the country, everybody just wants to know. The mastery part of a niche shows that as a business person or an entrepreneur, that means you have gotten to that peak that you can be sure that you thrive even in those seasons. Now, I would use the so-called To-Go as an illustration. Now, To-Go used to have what we call Star Progress. That was novice, amateur, professional, enthusiast, and there's a part that is one of those Star Progress that's called Master. And now, for that master part of it, before you get to that master part, you must have scaled through the novice, the professional, and now, the funny thing is, before you get to that master, there's a particular level that is fast, that if you stay online overnight, you can finish that Star Progress. Now, by the time you get to the virtual, close to the master part of it takes a lot of time. Why? Because the process before you get to the master level in any niche always takes time. Because for you to call yourself a master in a particular niche or a particular craft, you must have understood the in and out, 1, 2. Now, because I call some things like the strategies that works behind, thriving in a niche. Now, for instance, I am a photographer. Now, as a photographer, the first thing I must notice, okay, who and what is my target audience? Who are my target audience? Are my target audience children? Are my target audience the youth? Are my target audience married people? Are my target audience? So, for every niche that you have, the first thing you must do is you must define your audience. Because if you feel like, because we're in a country whereby because they call Nigerian hustlers, and we feel like because they're hustlers, we can do everything. So, you don't want to have a particular target audience. You want to just do everything and say, okay, I'm doing this, let me do this, and do everything together. So how do you grade yourself as a master in a particular niche when you are doing multiple things? Now, the niche word for me actually means like a single thing. So how do you call yourself a master in a particular niche and you are doing multiple things? Do you get? So the first thing is you must what? Find your target audience. Know that, okay, these are my target audience. And now, once you have been able to find your target audience, then you can navigate what works for you per time, per season. Because the situation of every country and every particular place that you are, there are times and seasons that actually work for it. I could be in Ghana now, and what works in Ghana might not work in Nigeria. What works in US might not work in Ghana. So wherever I am as an entrepreneur, a business person, I must understand that. I must understand what works there, because that is actually a factor to my niche. So how do I call myself a master when when I go to a different geographical area or a particular place, and maybe for instance, maybe where I was before, I was the local champion or the champion per se, and the place I relocated to or moved to, it's not like it's like a no. So we must understand that. We must understand what works per time, per season, and these are the things that will actually help us to thrive. So also, the third thing is tailoring our market to a specific audience. That's one of the things I said before. Once I've been able to find your target audience, then your focus is, I know my audience. Every strategy, every idea that's coming up in my head is tailored to my audience. That's why if you want to run ads on Instagram will say, okay, define your target audience. It would even go as far as saying, name your target audience. And in order target audience, you get to see age group of 18 to 65. You can see youth category, and of course, as in, it's so detailed that there's these specifics. Specifics to the extent that even when you're trying to pick a region or a location, you can pick your particular place and it shows you the region of people there. That means in every niche that you have, you must be able to tailor your market to a specific audience. So that's one of the things that we must know, and of course we must keep in place. In some couple of minutes now, we would be inviting our guests on board. I hope your questions are prepared, and like I said, we will be willing to answer every single one of your questions. So to everyone that stayed on the live, be patient. Trust me, guys. Every single one of the questions, like I said, will be answered. And of course, we got something for you for your people, something that we have in store for you. I hope you guys are prepared. Like the voice to say, you will introducing Akintola Bennett. He's an enthusiast. He's a marketing expert, of course. He's into branding, and he's the convener of Links Events Award, and of course, he's also the CEO of Links Magazine, and he's a renowned entrepreneur. He's one of the versatile marketers I know. He's someone that I really, really glad to meet, and I respect so much because, he's someone that has built the test of time, even in challenging times. He has always, proven that. That's why I said one of the reasons why we even brought guests that I excel because they are masters of their craft. Whatever time, whatever season, they're always trying. Things always works out. Why? That's why they're called masters. So in a couple of minutes, we'll be having a controller to join us. I hope you guys are prepared. Drums. Before our guest joins us, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Good evening.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We apologize for the network outage. It was
Yeah,
a
it's fine. It's fine.
glitch.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for all you do.
yeah, it's fine.
Guys, everyone, I can go out to my with the store that you were. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for guys. It's been so much of supporting. because I know of the busy schedule, and every single time that the response, as in, when someone is busy and if you get me that you do this, I got the opportunity to raise platform and the message and someone so much for that, so much for that. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for being a
Yeah.
blessing. Really stay and Jesus. So now we dive straight into the business of the I'm sure quite a lot of people have a lot of questions out there and something before they start asking their questions. I will be diving straight into asking them some questions that I want to ask personal answers.
I
Okay, sir. So the first question that I have here is as a
okay.
business person, as a business entrepreneur or a business person, a career person, how do you find your target audience? Now, if I want to tell you a particular concept. Now, I have a career path. I know what I am doing. Like, let's say I'm into what can I do? I'm into fashion. And I
Yeah.
think currently in Nigeria system, we have a bit of uh, competition. Like you can work in a particular street now and you do like 8 fashion designers. How do you find your target audience in that content? Knowing that you have a lot of competition. And now people use this content and they say, what can make you different from the other person about your mind? But now, what if every one of you have that value? Like, because sometimes I used to also think about that. What differentiates from the competition is the little spice that you add to it. But what if everybody has a bit of spice and everybody has a bit of insight on, okay, this is the way out. How do you find your target audience and how do you separate yourself out of the few or out of the multitude?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the question. For me, I am not, a fan of marketing because, when you say marketing here in Nigeria, some people often mistake marketing for, sugarcoating, and saying what your brand cannot deliver. But for me, as a brand strategist, I like building a brand, yeah, because if you build your brand properly, yeah, your target audience will find you, by your brand language. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. So with your brand language, your targeted audience will find you. Yeah, because when you're talking of your target audience, what you do while looking for your target audience is your brand.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
What do you do better than your competitors? Like what you said earlier, it's not possible for you guys to have for 8 fashion designers to have same value. It is not possible. Like a fingerprint, everybody has their own unique, strength when it comes to anything. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Everybody has their unique strength. No matter what you do, be it fashion designing, be it it is not possible. Everybody has their unique way of doing things. That's why I always tell people, find your strength. A lot of people, the problem we have is what needs is what you can do better. Your comfort zone where you can thrive. So you understand. But the mistake most people do when they are carving their niches, they just look for what sells at that particular time. not what
Mm.
they can do best.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they just look for, okay, I want to carve my niche. What is selling at this point in time? Then they jump into it,
Mm.
forgetting where they are comfortable, where they can deliver better. So your niche should be where you can deliver better. And
Mm.
with that, the language, your brand language has to align with your value. Even to start with,
Mm.
why are you
True.
doing this? Even to start with, why are you doing this business? You ask a lot
Mm.
of entrepreneurs, why are you doing this business? They can't even answer that question. They don't know why
Yes, sir.
they are into the business. They just want to make money. Like you said earlier, everybody wants to
Mm.
make money. But the
Yes,
only way
sir.
your business can survive is if your business is solving a problem.
Mm.
What problem are you solving as a business owner?
Yes,
Apart
sir.
from making money, what problem are you solving? If you want me to work on your brand, now the first question I'll ask you is, why are you doing this business? And if you don't have a solid reason of doing the business apart from making money, I may not work with you, because it will be very difficult to align your brand because you don't have a brand reason. There's something we call the golden circle in branding.
Mm.
It is very important. The middle of the golden circle is your why, because everything,
Okay.
every work you are doing on your brand has to do with the reason why you started the brand,
Mm.
the
The why.
reason why you started the brand.
Yes, sir.
So you understand? And
Yes, sir.
all these languages, your brand languages, will be the one to connect you with your target
Mm.
audience.
Mm. Okay.
So you understand? Because the way you
Yes, sir.
post on social media, the way you post, the way you do everything. See, it's like all this comedy. You know, there are times that a comedian will release a skit and you will not find it funny, but the person beside you will be rolling on the floor.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's not that the person is not. It's not the comedian is not good, but the comedian is not using your own language. That is where
Mm.
it's connected. That is where it's connected to
To one
only
person and
his
not the other.
target. Yeah,
Target
that means
audience.
the person. That is the person's target audience. So it is your language, your brand language, that will connect you to your target audience, and that is where you have to be consistent. Like a fashion, like the fashion designer you mentioned earlier. Some people, why are you doing this fashion designer? Fashion designing,
Mm.
I mean.
Yes,
There's
sir.
a lot of reason for doing fashion. You can have a lot of reason for doing this fashion. And if you stick to your reason and you are and you are, you are intentional. You are intentional about everything you do. There's no way you not connect to your target audience. Because if you're
Yes,
intentional
sir.
about your posts, from your color palette, from your posting style, from everything
Mm.
you do, will definitely connect you to someone that will relate to what you are
Yes,
doing. And that's your
sir.
target audience. So it's not as if
Yes,
you
sir.
are the one that is going to locate your target audience. Your target audience will locate you. Once you've worked on your brand and you know the reason, you know your brand value, you know what you are projecting as a brand. Even this brand of a thing, a lot of people misunderstand what brand is. Your brand is not your product. Your
Mm.
brand is not even your
Mm.
product. Your brand is not your logo. Your brand is not your color. Your brand is
Mm.
not all of those things. Your brand, see, all your products, your color palette, your logo, and everything, they are just a tool to
Mm.
identify your
Yes,
brand.
sir.
Your brand is the gut. Your brand is the gut feeling. Whatever the client feels after patronizing or before patronizing you, that is your brand. So,
Mm.
the mistake most people make is, okay, I'm pushing a brand now. I've not worked on the brand. I don't even know the value. I don't know why I'm doing
Yes,
this.
sir.
You don't know. You don't know why you are doing this, and you want to solve somebody's problem.
Mm. Problem solver.
You know,
You never solve
you
your
know.
own.
So you understand that will
Yes,
be a
sir.
problem because you don't even know what your customer
Mm.
wants, and you want to solve the problem. You should see every business should be seen as a solution providing venture. That, okay, this is what I'm doing. Who am I solving? Which problem am I solving with this brand that I've created for myself? A
Yes,
lot
sir.
of people just look at the see. I always tell people there's nothing you do very well that will not bring money. Money should never be the reason why you are doing business.
Yes,
Money should be
sir.
the result.
Mm.
Money is good. Everybody wants money. I also want money, but money should be the result and
Yes, sir.
not the reason. So you understand?
Yes, sir.
Money should be the result and not the reason. So if your your language matches your target audience,
Mm. Yes, sir.
yeah, your your brand language will attract your target audience. And when you need to expand, that is when you need marketing.
Mm.
Because a lot of us make this mistake. A brand that is not well built, and we are marketing the brand.
Mm.
If you only give you one-time customer, they will test you once and they will not come back. And your brand
Yes,
is
sir.
whatever they feel after patronizing you, after using your service, after using your products. That's the gut feeling. Whatever they feel after doing that is your brand. So what are you now marketing when you've not built a brand that that is good? That's why some people spend a lot on advert and everything, and they don't get anything in return.
You don't get any
It's just because
result.
they don't get any result, because even if some people patronizes them, they will not come back. And there's a funny thing about people. Once they patronize you, they will be your marketer automatically,
Yes, yes.
either
Correct.
good or bad. So you
Yes,
understand?
yes,
See,
yes, sir.
definitely, if they don't like
Your
that's why I always tell people
program.
that I don't believe the word backbite, that this guy is backbiting me. Have you seen anybody complain that, why did you tell that guy that I did your job very well? Why did you tell him
Mm.
behind my back that I did a fantastic job?
Yes,
So you understand, but people will always complain
yes, sir.
that, why did you tell him I messed up? Why did you tell him I did that? So you understand. So if
Yes,
you
sir.
have a good brand, a satisfied customer will be a marketer automatically.
Yes, sir.
So what we should see as a small business owner, what we should be concerned about is how to build your business, follow up on your clients. The little clients you have, what are the feedbacks you are getting? Because the problem we have is everybody wants to multiply their clients, but the few ones that paid you for the service, how well did you do the service?
Mm.
Did you put them in mind? Did you put them in mind while doing the service? Like I always tell people, your brand is you, but your brand is not all about you.
Mm.
Your
Yes, sir.
your brand is about the people you're servicing, because it's you are providing a solution to their problem. So you should provide a solution to their problem. So your brand is not all about you. It's all about your clients. But as an expert, you are solving their problem with your own skill. But you have to solve it in a way that they can understand.
Yes, sir.
So,
Thank you so much, sir, for in fact you are really explained into details about finding your target audience and what it takes to sustain a brand and the perspective. And for me, you have actually reshaping my own perspective to what I see a brand to be. You know, you actually gave us a proper definition of what a brand is, quite different from what majority of us think. Because, sir, honestly, for me, I used to feel like, okay, of course, the so-called brand identity is, of course, when you have a logo, a consistent, you have like a color that speaks
your
your
okay.
whatever the
Let
brand is
me
speaking.
let me set an example, to help you better.
Yes, sir.
I like using these people as an example. The Nigerian police.
Hmm.
They have a very good logo. Very good logo. Their color palettes, the meaning of their color, the images and everything, it speaks
Hmm.
volume. It's a very good logo. But when you see a Nigerian police logo, what comes to your mind?
As in a
So you
different thing
understand?
entirely. Yes,
Different
sir.
thing entirely. So your brand is what people feel
Hmm.
from the service and product. Your brand
Yes,
is
sir.
what people think, not what you say. And
Yes, sir.
see,
Yes, sir.
this is, when we are talking about marketing, if the federal government wants to market police to us, they'll say police is your friend. But don't we
It's
know
your
the
friend. Yes,
sure you
yes. They are never
understand?
your friend.
So
Yes.
that is the difference between marketing and really building a brand. Your brand will speak for you. Whenever you see, no matter, some people will spend money on billboards. And when you see the billboard, what is the
Yes.
gut feeling when after
That's
seeing the
it.
billboard? So you get just
Yes.
the flashback of the rubbish job they've done for you. That's what will come to your mind. And you tell
Yes.
the next person beside you that these people are not
Hmm.
serious. So even spending on the advertisement and everything is even killing their brand. So
Yes.
you get. So the best thing to do is build your brand, know why you are starting the brand, know your
Hmm.
values, and that will help you get your target audience. Okay, this is if you know why you are doing something, then definitely you know your target audience. and you know the languages to, how to do your advertisement and everything to
Yes, sir.
connect to your target audience. And that's where segmentation comes in. Segmentation is, the division of, a large homogeneous market into smaller and identifiable ones.
Yes, sir.
But you have to know what you stand for. You have to know your value and everything for you to segment the market, which makes it easy for you. Let me cite another example. I'm kind of person. I'll say I'm an introvert. I don't really like talking and everything. And I've never advertised that I'm a speaker. Check
Mm.
my profile.
Yes, sir.
It's not
At all.
written that I'm a speaker.
At all. At
I've
all.
never posted it that I'm a speaker. But I won't lie to you. I've spoken at conferences, over 30 conferences.
Mm.
Why did they invite me to come and speak? It's because of what they've seen, what my brand stands for. That is language.
Yes, sir.
Now, see,
Mm.
it's not a must that you tell people that, okay, I always use this example often. The thugs in your area, all the thugs in your area. Did they do any advertisement? Or did they print any business card to tell you that they are
At all.
thugs?
At all, sir.
But the languages, the way they speak, the way they do, the brand language, if you need to beat somebody up, their languages have already, connected to their target audience. So basically, it's as simple as that. So building your brand is very, very important. That's the first step. Then you can now move to marketing.
Thank you so much, sir, for the insight. For me, one of the things I actually learned from one of the things you said is no matter the advert you do, a lot of people feel like because of we have like a bit of insight on the way advert works, they feel like if I pay 50,000 naira to run sponsored ad on Instagram, do like 20 billboards, I think I'll be there. I think a lot of people will see if people are passing by. Of course, if I put billboards in areas where, of course, people pass by, that is enough
Yeah.
to convince people to actually reach out to patronize your brand. And one of the things I've actually said is the fact that your brand is you. So you are the, in fact, you are the one that people are actually particular about, not about what we see. So I could see billboards and I'm not convinced because me myself personally, I've I've seen some billboards like maybe around my area or around the axis I actually passed, and I've not even like stood for once and said, okay, let me read like why, because I have like a certain notion about the brand, and that's what you said. The moment people have like they said your first impression lasts longer. So the moment people have like a first notion about your brand, even no matter the billboard they see you do, they are not convinced. And
Yeah.
it will take a lot for you to actually change their mind or their impression to what they think about your brand
Yeah.
because of what because of the things that you have actually portrayed out. So that
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
identity part of it. Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to like quickly dive into another question. When I
Okay.
posted the question for people to actually select what areas they want us to talk about tonight, I saw people saying that how to make money. That was like their whole is how do you make money? How do you make money? Because I feel that currently the inflation of dollar, um, the hike in prices of foodstuff, groceries, and the like is really
Yeah.
really changing the perspective of people, and a lot of people are actually really um, turning down their energy, and they just want to know what way works, like how to make money.
Yeah.
And they don't now. People don't want to even stand the test of time again. Yeah, because and that's because most Nigerians we are trying to trust the process, and we are actually at a peak of we're at a point whereby we want to give up. We don't want to like we don't even trust the government again because clearly, in fact, even if the governor says he has a speech to give tonight, it's only a few people that want to listen because we know at the
Listen.
end of
Yeah.
the day, I understand the hardship you feel. I feel the hardship you feel. I wish I could help. Like that kind of thing that we know that our president always do. And a lot of people have this certain notion that things cannot actually really work out in this country. So they just want to know how to make money. Even people that as in motivational speakers in brands, they're already losing their hold. So what solution or answer would you give to people that they're particular about how to
About
make money?
making money. Okay. See, I always use this as an example. You know Somalia. Do you know Somalia?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
When you hear the word Somalia, you know what comes to your mind is all these Kwashoko children
Yes, yes,
with big
yes,
belly, you know, famine and all these
yes,
things.
sir.
But do you know we have billionaires in Kenya?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, you know we have billionaires in Kenya,
Yes, yes,
right?
yes, we do, definitely.
Yeah. So basically, no matter how hard the country is, that is when you should even sit down properly and think about how to position your brand. Let's say,
Hmm.
let's say whatever you do, you know, let's say we have 100 clients before. Now the clients have been reduced to like 50 because of the times are hard. You know, it is now you should know what you are doing because a lot of people, the few people that have this money to spend, they want to be sure of where they are putting the money. Nobody
Yes,
wants
sir.
to nobody wants to waste money. You can't just come to my DM now and tell me, see, you can't come to my DM now and tell me to buy what I don't need.
Hmm.
So
True, true.
why don't you reposition yourself to sell what people need? See, it is not pride, but I've gotten a lot of calls from people that wants to work with, and once I notice that you don't know my value or you don't even know what you want, I don't care about the money. I won't work with you because you know I understand. I understand what a brand means. It's a gut feeling after the service. So if you don't know my value, even if you pay me and you don't know my value, if the
Hmm.
next person should ask about my brand, you talk down on my brand because you don't even know the value of what you are paying for.
Hmm. True,
So
sir.
see, it is not easy, but money should not be the reason. It's as simple as that. Do what you love.
Hmm.
Let's say, for example, like football now, like football. When we were kids, we played football for no reason. We were not getting paid, and even
Yes.
our parents would beat us
You
down
beat
for
us
playing football. But we still wake up the next day and play football.
and still
That is
go.
where
You
passion.
go, you go.
That is where passion comes in. Do
Yes,
what you
sir.
are passionate about. Do what you are passionate about. The country is hard. If you are doing what you are not passionate about, you will not be fulfilled one, and you will not still make the money
Hmm. Yes, sir.
because money run after value.
Hmm.
It's as simple as that. And for people that wants to make money, that they don't want to stand the test of time, I will tell you this. You know, the you know the how do I put it? If you want to make is if success is a concussion, yeah, time is part of the
Yes, sir.
ingredients.
Hmm.
Time is part of the ingredients, you know, that you need to make your brand successful. You
Yes, sir.
cannot be done in the night. It's just like working out. You know, it's like working out.
Yeah.
You can't just eat the gym in a day. You can't
At
eat
all.
the gym in a day and come back and come out with biceps and muscles and everything. It is
Yes,
not
sir.
possible. So you can't start a business in a day and start making the whole money. It is not possible. Even if you want to do 419, you still
Hmm.
take time to
Yes, so
build your to build your formats and
yes,
to build the fake life, for people to believe, to buy
to
into
believe, yeah.
what you want to sell.
Hmm.
Even if you are selling something that is fake, you still need more time, to
Yes,
package
sir.
yourself and do the fake life. So it can't be done overnight. You have to build your brand. When people say Blinks, you are doing very well in the event industry. I did my first event 30 years ago. To
Wow.
some people, it is even too slow. So you understand, but time,
Yes,
you can't
sir.
just deduct time. Time is very, very important. No, you can't just come overnight. It's not possible. If see what you people see as overnight success, the person has been working underground for years. See, okay, for example, now I did my first awards about 14 years ago. I did about 14 years ago. Yeah, 14 years ago, 2009. I did
Yes, sir.
2009. I did 2010, and that was when I think I graduated from the university, and I go back to
Hmm.
Ibadan. And I was like, okay, I wanted to solve a problem. The problem was the event industry in Ibadan was nothing to write home about.
Yes,
And
sir.
I told myself that I was going to create a healthy competition to grow the industry. and that was why I started Blinks Event Awards. And I had this
Yes.
idea, everything was on ground, but I didn't start immediately. I chilled on the ground. I started from secondary school events. I did that for like 5 years, building
Wow.
myself, studying the environment and, doing everything. And after 6 years of planning, studying the environment, I did the first Blinks Event Awards. And it was a success from year one. But if anybody
Yes, sir.
should, if anybody should hear the story from the first Blinks Event Award, you'd be like, the event became a success from year one.
Yes, sir.
But that took me about 6 years of planning, studying the environment, studying
It
everything.
takes some time.
So you have to take the time.
Yes.
You have to take the time. I don't think it's only if you inherit a business. Maybe the business model is on ground. Maybe someone has started doing it for a while, and the person just handed it over to you and gave you the blueprints. You just started making money. But if it's a fresh business, my friend, forget about it. You can't start making that money. And even if you make money, and there's a problem about business. When you start a business now, your family, friends will want to support you.
Yes.
They want to patronize you. They'll patronize you, like they say, your contacts are your first set of customers.
Yes.
They are going to patronize you. But that still boils down to, the value of your brand. Once they patronize you and they don't get the value, they run away. They don't come back. They don't refer you to anybody. And you make your first set of sales. And after then, the sales will drop.
Yes, sir.
Then you have to now study your brand, you rebuild everything before the time. You can't remove time from the what's it called, the ingredients of success. You can't remove time from that. You can't remove time. You have to take your time. That's why they say consistency. It takes time to be consistent.
Yes.
It takes time to be consistent. So you have to be consistent with your brand value. You have to stay consistent before you can smell success.
Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, I would like to ask one more question before we start getting questions from the audience. So, you mentioned something about network. From our perspective, I know that your network is your net worth. That the number of people you have actually defines the network, your net worth. So for you, how have you been able to network? How have you been able to navigate networking? Because we all know that the future that we dream, or that goal that we dream, we know that it's impossible. Of course, we want to stay consistent. We know our audience. We are pushing. We are doing those action plans, and we're working in line with all of these things. But we know that all this will not actually come without the need of reaching out to people that matters, and people that because for you to, I know that for you to land bigger jobs, you have to meet bigger people. That's just it. So how for you, how did you network? Because for me, I've actually seen you are someone that I've studied over the years, and when I saw Wizkid, for instance, when his mother actually died, and I saw that you actually handled like old branding and everything, I was really I was thrilled, but I understood that it's not just something that just came out of the blues. And of course, you had stayed consistent, like you said, over the years. But for someone that's just starting, how do I network?
Okay. I'll start. I'll answer the question, but I'll ask you a question
Okay, sir.
first. Have you ever met someone? That you are just knowing the person for the first time, and you went to his page, you saw his job, couple of things, and you blame yourself that it is your fault for just knowing this person. I don't know if you get the picture. Maybe you met someone and you exchange contacts and you see the level of the person's work and you be like, how have I not met this person before now? And you start blaming yourself, not blaming the person. That is value. It is called value. Because you got to know that the person is valuable, then you believe that every other person knows the person, that is only you, that you are just meeting the person, and you blame yourself. You be like, it is my fault that I've not met this person. This person might be new in the industry. but it's because of the value the person carries. See, like I said, see, like I said earlier, that I'm an introvert. I even find it hard to greet people. I find it hard to greet people. You know, I just like, you know, to be in my shell. If not for event industry that, you know, if not for the event industry that, you know, I have to attend events, I have to, you know, due to my work and everything. I just like to be on my own, to be in my shell. But see, what I've noticed over the year is if you build value around yourself, people will want to connect with you.
Yes.
People will want to see. I won't lie to you. You know, like 70% of the people that I know today actually, you know, made extra effort to be a friend. You know, if I meet you today, I might not. If I meet you now, that will be the end. I will not push because of the kind of person I am. So you understand? But because of the little value I've been able to build for myself, people get to know me and be like, oh, you are brilliant. Let me have your number. I will become friends and they will give me jobs. It's not as if I'm pushing myself. So I tell you, if you just focus on building value for yourself, I know a couple of people that don't like me, but they still give me job because they believe I'm the only one that can do it.
Yes. They don't want any other person. Yes, sir.
You know, young people mistake, you know, networking to, okay, let me just kiss this person ass. Maybe the person will be giving me job. Let me just be doing boy for this person. Maybe the person will give me job. That is not networking. Build your value and let the person see your value. The job will come. The job will come. See, even as you, if someone should call you that I need a photo, you look at your, okay, I should call you. You good. If broad my standard, you how close you are to them. If they know that you can't deliver the job, they will not give you.
At all.
So you understand?
Yes, sir.
They won't give you the job. But see, be good to people. You know, I know that, you know, I'm an introvert. I don't really know how to, you know, to relate to people. But the little I can do, I make sure that, okay, I'm a good person. Mess things up. But that value is still very, very key. The value is very, very, very key. Just work on yourself. Work on, you know, the problem most of us have is I call it finish syndrome. Because you've seen yourself, you don't value the strengths you have.
Yes, sir.
You don't value the strengths you have. You know, and if you can just sit down, look inward, value your strength, and build around it, you'll be surprised how things will turn around for your brand.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I think you have actually done justice to my own question because you have really broken the stages of networking and what we actually need to do to get to that peak that we actually expect. Thank you so much for your time, sir. So we'll be taking in questions from people. So please, if you have questions, please send your questions. Our guest is very much available to answer your longing question. And I'm sure that if you have been a part of this life from when we started, you would have gained a lot of things because, in fact, as you can see, I'm with a pen. I have gained a whole lot. Like, I mean, see, my book is filled from left to right. If you are botting and you are not jotting, you are losing. Because these are things that you will not hear outside. These are what experiences, and these are things that would actually work out for you, and these are things that would fit in line to your target audience. And As for me, I'm taking note of so much of this point, and I'm going to make use of them. In fact, starting from now, immediately I leave this level, I'll start taking my life more serious. So, please, if you have your questions, please send in your questions. Don't come and be asking me questions later, please. Our guest is here to answer your questions. Okay, sir. Pending the time that the
Yeah.
questions will come in.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to ask one final question.
Okay.
So, for people that you said that you are an introvert, and for me, I always know that when it comes to this business circle, the kind of person that you are initially, like if I'm someone that I don't like talking, or I just like to be in my shell, I don't like to break out of my shell. I know of the fact that if you are a business person, whatever kind of person that you have to break out of it.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can't expect people to come and meet you. Like, you have to just, because for me, one of the things that has helped me over the past few months is everywhere I get to, I like people who always feel my presence. And this works with not only the value that I give, also with my own temperament. A lot of people see me and they feel like I'm a gentle person, but if you get to know me, you know that I am more of a sanguine. And for me, because I've been able to, I see you for the first time, and the first thing I'm saying is, good afternoon, good morning. My name is Kenny, and I'm this and this and this, and I can do this and this. Every single person I see, and sometimes I say it jokingly, and it actually works out for me. And I feel like, for me, I've been able to understand that works for me, and everywhere I get to, I try to break out of my shell, and I don't act like, oh, I'm in a place that, you know, I think it happened last 2 weeks in church, and they were talking about marriage in church, and I just shouted. I not like shouted, I just spoke loud. I was like, taking book is so like, and for me, these things actually work out for me because I've been able to understand that you cannot be a business person and restrict yourself to the kind of person that you are. You don't say because I am this kind of person, um this or because I'm this kind of person, I want to remain this kind of person. You have to like break out of your shell. So I don't know if you have like a contrary opinion to that, that you feel like you can be a business person and still be your kind of person, and things will come and meet you, or things will actually work out the way you expect.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, like the saying that nothing good comes easily.
Yes,
Nothing
sir.
good comes easily. You have to, you have to. Sometimes you have to, come out of your shell and
Yes.
do what you are not comfortable with, just to help your brand grow. Like
Yes.
myself, when 13 years ago, when I wanted to start Blinks magazine, I didn't
Yes,
have
sir.
money. I didn't have money to print. But I kept telling everybody I met back then that I'm a publisher of Blinks magazine. I'm a
Yes, sir.
publisher of Blinks magazine. There was no magazine at that time. I've not printed any magazine.
Wow.
But me telling people about Blinks magazine got me the first gig as a printer. You know,
Yes,
one
sir.
of my uncle, one of my uncle just called me that, Tola, but you said you're a publisher of Blinks magazine. You should be able to, you should be able to print our
Do the
companies.
job.
You should be able to, print our companies brochure. And as at that time, I was not a printer. I didn't even know. I didn't know anything about printing at that time. So
Wow.
I said, no problem. I can do the job. And I rushed to Mokola. I got a quotation. I did every blah blah blah, and I did the
Yes, sir.
job. Because of my taste for my thing. See, before I even studied branding and strategy, I was a natural brand person. My taste for quality things, and I like doing things. I like being intentional about everything I do. From day one. So I did this brochure, and it was nice. And all the money I got from the brochure, apart from I bought a shoe for my mom then, and I bought a shoe for my girlfriend, my wife of now.
Wow.
I spent all the money on printing my first edition. If I didn't tell people about it, if I was waiting for the first edition to come out before talking to people about, my magazine, maybe the magazine wouldn't even be around till now. I might not even start at all. So telling people, is the first step. Tell them what you do. As I am, I'm an introvert, but once I meet you, I'll tell you what I do. Everything. I'll tell you everything. Even the business I'm thinking of starting, I'll talk to you about it, because you might know one or two things that I need to, to kickstart the business. So, I agree with you. It's always good to, to speak out, tell people about what you do, because even if you have this value and you don't talk about it, it's just like winking, like you're winking in the dark. Nobody will see your wink in the dark. So, you have to come out and tell people about what you do. So I agree with you. You have to leave your comfort zone. If you are the gentle type that you don't like talking to people, this is business. Money, like I always tell people, when I was, when my business was still young, anytime I make money, I'll make sure I have the money that will take me out of my house the following day, because money will not come to your house. You have to.
It won't fly.
So
Yes, sir.
so you understand. So it's
Yes, sir.
important, to tell people about what you do. It's very,
Yes, sir.
very important. I agree with you.
Yes, sir. So I think you have a question.
Okay.
The question says, how do I manage competition in my niche?
Okay. Like we are it's natural. A lot of us, we are scared of competition, but competition is good. And some people will say, me, I'm not in competition with anybody. Even business is competition.
Yes, sir.
Because see, when you are building a brand, you have to study your market. After studying your market, you now study your competition. You study your
Yes, sir.
competitors, I mean. So competition is very, very key in business. It is, you have to study them. But the way you can position your brand is study your competition. They can't be 100. Nobody's 100.
Yes,
Because
sir.
God created us in that way. Because if you are 100, that means you are God.
Definitely, sir. That's perfect.
That is true. I heard this from a pastor. He said God created us in that way, so we need each other to grow. You can be smart. You can you can be capable of creating 100 ideas in 1 minute, but you might not have the voice to tell people about it. That's why God created some people. They don't have the IQ to create ideas, but they can talk to people. So you create the idea and tell them. They will help you talk to people. So God created us in this way, so we need each other to grow. So your so-called competitors, they are not 100. Study your competitors. What part are they lagging? There will be a part that they are not doing very well. So you understand?
Yes.
The brand positioning map, we have circles. We have 3 circles in the brand positioning map. One circle is what you can do perfectly. Another circle is what your competitors can do perfectly, and the third circle is what your customer wants. So you understand? So in that circle, the three circles are interwoven. So now, a smart place to play on your brand positioning is what your customer wants, but your competitors cannot. Did you get that? What your customer wants, but your
Yes, sir.
what your customer wants, but your competitors cannot do. That is the position where you can position yourself and get results. What you just need to do is, see, it might even be delivery time. Some people are good at what they do, but they cannot deliver on time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the position where you can now put your own brand, and you loud it like Portable. You talk about it every time. That, okay,
yes, sir.
Me, I can do this in so time. Anybody that wants value and also wants it on time will be looking for you. It's as simple as that. Because some people give me job because they know that, okay, this guy, he will give you concepts and he will make sure it delivers on the concept that is given you. You know,
Yes,
we have some people that they are also good, but they are nonchalant about the results. Once you pay
yes,
them,
sir.
they will just, you know, they will be like, okay, I've collected the money, and they will just do the job anyhow. So you look for your competitors, study them, look for the competition in your area, in your market. You know, let's say in
Yes, sir.
Ibadan now, let's say you're a photographer in Ibadan. Go to your
Yes, sir.
competitors page. Go to your competitors page. Open it. Look at the pictures and everything. You see some things because see, a lot of us we do these things, but we don't use it as strategies. Use about it, and that is all. Sure, you get just talk about it, and that's all. But why
Yes, sir.
not develop yourself to fill that gap? That gap, the space where your competitor offers are lagging. Fill that space, develop yourself in that area. You can create a niche. You know that okay, this is my position in this market,
Yes, sir.
and you get clients easily like that because you have a reason to prove. There's something we call reason to believe in branding. Reason to believe. We all want customers to patronize us, but what is your
Yes,
reason
sir.
to
Everybody,
believe?
yeah.
How will you convince your customer, your potential clients? How will you convince them that you can even deliver this job we are talking about? So you understand? Why should they choose
Yes,
you
I do, sir.
why should they choose you over your tutors? Why? You don't even have anything to say. If a client will ask you that, okay, I have someone that can do this for me, why should I use you? A lot of us can't answer that question. So you understand? So you have to study competitors. Just have it in mind that everybody is 100%.
Sir,
As I'm speaking to you now, I might call myself, yeah?
no, go on, sir. Like
Yeah?
I said, go on, sir.
Okay. As I am, I might say, okay, a brand strategist, I'm an event expert. But if you study me very well, there are some things I don't do well. Definitely. So if you study me and you see all those things that I don't do very well, and you go and build yourself to start doing it very well, some customers will still come to you because that is what they see as value. You know, that is what they want in the job. Definitely, you get jobs like that. I think there's a question here. Please, how does one do more visibility?
Yes, sir.
Okay, should I answer the question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Proceed, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, from the little I know, yeah, gaining visibility, yeah, segmentation is very, very good. Yeah. It's like you want to talk to a crowd, you want to talk to 1,000 people and you don't have money for a microphone. Because for it it's obvious you don't have money for maybe publicity. You don't have money for publicity or adverts and everything,
Yes.
but you want to reach these people. But this is what you do. Segmentation. Who do you want to sell to? You first do that homework. You can't sell to everybody. And I always say this, a good brand is not meant to be loved by everybody.
Yes.
If your brand is being loved by everybody, it shows you stand for nothing. A good brand is not meant to be loved by everybody. You should have your target audience. You should have people that, you know, some people will connect to your brand language and some people will not connect to your brand language. It's fine. So what you need to do is know your people and target your adverts, your everything, your color palettes towards them. You know, see, this my friend that is asking that he wants to get more visibilities. There are some people on your WhatsApp status that you be like, I sha want Nikani. What's this guy problem? He's always talking about this thing every day. My friend, that is what you need to do. Some people that are waiting, that single person that you are complaining about his post. Some people are waiting for that post every day.
Every day.
So you understand?
Yes, sir.
So that's how to know your target audience. Speak their language every day.
Every day.
See, if you're a fashion photographer, stick to that. Let people know that that is what you stand for.
Yes,
Not
that's
that you see, you might be shooting weddings, you might be shooting the other things, but what you push most, what you push more is your core values, what you push more. You know, like
yes, sir.
myself now, I do a lot of things, but before I cough, before I do anything, you will have seen my black and yellow.
Yes, always, sir. Always.
Some people will even see black and yellow outside, and I'll come to their mind.
Yes, because
That
they
is how
have
to gain
that picture about you.
Yeah, that is how to gain visibility. You'll be consistent about what you push.
Yes,
See,
sir.
my brother, there's okay, just imagine when your parents give birth to you, the first year you answered Kunle, and after 3 years, you started answering Bayo, and after 4 years you started answering Kunle, and after 6 years, Busayo, after 7 years, Kolawole. You know, see, you won't be able to to put that audience together because they'll know you for different things. But
Definitely.
if you are consistent about one thing, you'll be surprised how people will support you and tell other people about you, and you'll be known for that one thing that you do. But a lot of us want to test a lot of things. We want to test a lot of styles and see the one that will go. Work on yourself. Know the one that you want to push out and be stubborn about it, be consistent about it. I know people that have just like 2,000 followers and they're getting more jobs than people that has 30,000 followers.
It's not even about followers.
Because people want to see you as a general. Consistent about something, they know you. You know you, but you be susceptible your brand is.
Yes, sir.
So
Thanks so much.
Akonbi, just make sure you pick that thing that you want to push out. Be stubborn about it. See, let people there are some people that the way they dress, you know that they are fashion designer.
Yes.
You know that this guy must be a fashion designer. He doesn't have to market himself. But his brand language and everything, you know that okay, this is a fashion designer. So you understand.
Yes, sir.
People still ask you, okay, let me ask Akonbi this question. That thing that you do, the people that you've introduced yourself to over and over again, do they still ask you maybe after the fourth time, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? It says a lot about your consistency and or follow me on Instagram and you ask me that, do I do branding?
It is written all over.
So you understand? So you have to carry it on your head like walk up. Nobody will push it for you. You push your brand yourself. You put it on your head like walk up. Even if they are if you're a photographer now, even if they are talking about something that has nothing to do with photography, I mean, come from the angle of a photographer. When you are dropping as a photographer, speak it, your language. And there's something about color too. A lot of us just pick color, that this is my favorite color. It doesn't work like that in branding. There's a lot of psychology around colors. We see colors in different ways, and colors ignite different emotion, evokes emotion. Color evokes emotions. So you have to know your brand, know the people that you want to service before you even choose your color. A lot of us just say, this is my best color. Your best color might not be appealing to your target audience. You understand? So that might be a huge point of that is affecting your visibility too. You can't tell me you are pushing an affordable brand and you are using colors like purple.
It speaks luxury.
It speaks the luxury, royalty. And some people will just look at your brand and judge. That's why our logo, that's why I said logos and everything, even our products, they are the tools, to navigate to our brand. Some jackets that cost like 3 million naira.
Mm.
You are sending the wrong language. Some people will not even check your post again. They'll be like, I
Uh, yes, fairly, sir.
So
Yes.
yeah, so you have to be careful of what you push out as a brand.
Yes.
Know what you stand for, then align to that. Be
Yes, sir.
stubborn about it. Push what you stand for. Push what, even if you want to push all this luxury, there's a way you can post it. Maybe you post whiskey jackets that was 3 million naira. Then you post a similar jacket that you can get for 30,000
Yes,
naira.
less, sir. Mm.
Say yes, so they will
Yes.
look for, okay, this guy, he can help you get affordable and you still look very cute and close to luxury wears.
Yes.
And that's building a brand for yourself. People will see you in that, people will see you in that perspective that, okay, this guy can do this for us. But it's not like, okay, I just like whiskey jackets and I will post it. And I'm not trying to appeal to a customer that can afford the whiskey jacket. So that's also very, very important.
Thank you so much, sir. I feel from the point you said, I really took a lot of points, and of course, understand the fact that you must understand that you must strike a balance between people, knowing that people are of different categories, and of course understand that we all are not the same. So you don't just like your price because you feel like I want to, because a lot of people feel like when a lot of people feel like, okay, I want to maintain the standard, I don't want to come below my standard, and I feel like that's where some of us actually miss it, because sometimes striking a balance between these things actually help. Of course you can do the luxury, and of course you can also still maintain a level that can accommodate even some other people. And thank you so much for answering all the questions. Thank you so much, sir. We really do
Thank you
appreciate
for having
your
me.
effort for staying tuned on the call. And I think there was one person that asked the question. He said, how can I identify a branding strategy in a particular niche? I don't really understand the question, but I'm still trying to picture. It says, how can
How
I
can I?
identify a branding strategy in a particular niche?
Okay. You say what people don't understand is most people don't understand. That's why I started this Southwest Branding Masterclass. A lot of people don't even know what branding is at all. They don't have
Yes, sir.
an idea. They just think they do. A brand, like I said earlier, a brand is what people feeling
Yes.
about your brand, about your product, after or before using it. Did you get that? So what is branding? Branding is the process of creating that perception. Now, a brand is perception. How do they
Yes.
perceive your brand? That is the brand. So branding is now how to create that perception, creating that perception. So as it is now, how do now I want to that caters for how
Yes,
do
sir.
I make you see me in that way? That is branding. The process
Yes,
of
sir.
shaping your perception about my brand. That is branding. Now, the ways of creating this perception, those are strategies. So when we say brand strategy, it's not one heaven come down or one big thing. So the strategies will be like, okay, how do I make you see me like someone that caters for low earners? That is where the languages comes in. My color, I have to use color that speaks, okay, affordability. My language, the way I push my brand, I have to make you see that, okay, I cover this particular niche in the business. So your strategies in shaping people's perception about your brand. So that is branding. So it's not creating creating a strategy. Why you should, if you can afford a brand strategist, it's just, a brand strategist knows the best way to go about, building your brand. But if you can't afford a brand strategist that I mean, go to Google, search all these things. They have, they are there. They are there. If you want to create a brand now, like, okay, I'm working on a brand now, and I have to I have the knowledge of a whole lot of things, but I have to study deep to look at, what emotion, as in what emotion connects the buyer to the
Yes,
product.
sir.
Why? Because People don't just do things. Even in the foreign country that you're okay, their economy is good. People don't just do things. They do things because of something, because of a reason. You know, why am I wearing these clothes? See, if you dig down, you know reason why people do things. My reason might be okay. Once I wear native, I might look a little bit older, so people will take me serious when dealing with me. People do things because of something. People don't just do things randomly. Emotion is attached to everything that we do. So now, to tap into those emotions, you know why they are doing this. Okay, I'm a photographer. Why do people do photo shoots? Study why people do photo shoots. In that way, you know how to sell your market to these people. You know how to position your brand. You know how to make them see you in the way you want to be perceived as a brand. So you understand? Do you think people just go out and say, okay, I want to snap today? They snap because of a reason. And if you know these reasons, it will help you position your brand in a good light. So you understand? So all these brand strategy, it just sounds like one very big word. But if you can't afford the brand strategies, it is what you do on your own. Just go and study these things and make it sure. Why do people patronize caterers? You know, because there are some hustles that never existed, 12, 14, 15 years ago. Like ushering companies. Ushering companies. Like 15 years ago, when you go for parties, you don't see ushers.
At all. You only see ushers in church.
Why do people use ushers for events now? It's because they got to know that your event will be more coordinated.
Organized.
So you understand? That's a reason, that's a huge reason why people, use all these agencies. So you as a photographer, it might not be visible, it might not be pronounced, but there's a reason why people take photos at events. So your job is to go and sit down, study the reason into details. Then you know where to position your brand. You know where your strength lies. Okay, well, I'm good at doing this, so let me target this type of people. And that will help you to, to structure your brand, to speak the language that will communicate to your target audience.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. So we would actually be putting the live on. We'll be drawing the live close to an end. And once again, I would like to say thank you so much to everyone that stayed from the beginning of the live to the end. Thank you so much, guys. This video is actually going to be on the Instagram page and also on our YouTube page. You can go there to listen, and because honestly, I have taken a lot of notes, and these are things that I've actually used in like, I'm going to start a new note on my own perspective towards my niche, and of course, see how I can get better and of course master my business. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Thank you so much, sir, and we love you so much, sir.
Thank you for
having a great night, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Yes, sir.